Are you feeling anxious and stressed out? Do you find yourself getting stuck in a negative thought pattern that only makes things worse because it cycles around and around in your head, making you feel more and more anxious? Well, today I want to share a powerful technique that can help you manage this anxiety. This is called framing, and it can be a powerful tool to help you regain control over your thoughts and emotions. Hi, I'm Dr. B. I'm a medical doctor, and I like to make educational videos on topics I find fascinating. Watch until the end of today's video so you can gain the tools to start using framing as a technique to battle anxiety every day on your own. Step 1. Identifying negative thoughts. The first step in framing to manage your anxiety is to identify negative thoughts. When you're feeling anxious and stressed and your mind tends to jump to worst case scenarios like, I'm gonna crash or I'm gonna die, and you find yourself imagining all sorts of negative outcomes, the first step is to become aware of these patterns, these negative thoughts, and identify them for exactly what they are, negative thoughts. For example, let's say you're about to give a presentation at work and you start to feel anxious. You think, I'm gonna mess this up. Everyone's gonna think I'm stupid. I'm gonna lose my job. These negative thoughts will quickly spiral out of control, making your anxiety worse and worse. The key to framing is to first become aware of these negative thoughts. Label them as only thoughts and recognize them for what they are, just thoughts. By recognizing and labeling these negative thoughts, you can then move on to the next step, which is to challenge, and then to eventually reframe these thoughts. Step 2, challenging negative thoughts. Once you've identified your negative thoughts, now you want to challenge them. Ask yourself, are these thoughts really based in reality, or are they just your mind playing tricks on you? And to do this, you can ask yourself a number of questions, such as, is this thought really true? Or am I catastrophizing in the situation, meaning making it the worst possible scenario? Am I really going to crash? Am I really going to lose my job? Am I really going to die? What real world evidence do I have to support these thoughts? And if I ask somebody on the outside, what would they say? For example, let's say you're stuck in traffic and you start to feel anxious about being late for an appointment. You might start to think, I'm gonna be so late, they're gonna be so mad at me, I'm gonna lose this chance. You have to identify this and then challenge this thought. You can ask yourself, is it true that I'm definitely going to be late? And what's the worst that could happen if I am a few minutes late? Or will they understand? Is it really that likely that I'm gonna lose this chance? Or if I do, can I get another chance later on? Are there more opportunities? By challenging these negative thoughts, you can get a new perspective, a higher 30,000 foot perspective, or a bird's eye view, an objective evaluation, and you begin to see things more realistically. And by questioning your negative thoughts, you can start to break that cycle of anxiety and begin to feel more in control. Step 3. Reframing negative thoughts. So the final step in using framing to manage your anxiety, after you've identified and challenged your thoughts, is to reframe your negative thoughts in a new positive way. This means you replace your negative, anxiety-inducing thoughts with positive, constructive thoughts. To do this, you can try asking yourself another series of questions, such as, what's the best case scenario that might happen? What can I learn from this experience, no matter what happens? What's one thing I can do right now to feel better? And what are some things that I've overcome in the past that give me some confidence that I have the ability to handle this situation now? For example, let's say you're feeling anxious about a job interview you have coming up. You might be thinking, I'm not good enough for this job. I don't have the right qualifications. They're gonna reject me. You want to identify these thoughts. You're gonna challenge them. And now let's reframe them in a positive way. And you can say to yourself, you know what? I have a lot of job experience and skills that make me a great candidate for this job. I'm gonna highlight my strengths during the interview. And even if I don't get the job, this is an excellent opportunity for me to practice my interview skills, learn from the experience, and I'll be even more ready when I have my next job interview. So by reframing your negative thoughts in a positive way, you can shift your focus from fear and anxiety to empowerment and possibility and look to the future. This can help you feel more confident and in control, even in very challenging situations. Let me give you a final real-life example in how to use framing for anxiety. Now, we've gone through the specific steps and how you can apply this in your everyday life. We all deal with a busy schedule, and so let's say you're starting to feel anxious and overwhelmed and cycling negative thoughts because you have a to-do list and you're starting to get worried you're just not going to be able to complete your to-do list. You're not going to get everything done, and you start to think, I'm never going to be able to finish all of this. I'm going to fail, and that thought cycles over and over again. So to challenge and reframe this thought, you can say to yourself, first of all, you have to identify it and you challenge it, and then you say to yourself, I have a lot on my plate right now, but I've managed to handle busy schedules before. I can prioritize my tasks, I can break them down into manageable chunks, and by doing this, I'll be able to make progress and accomplish what I need to do. That's framing. It's a powerful technique to help you manage your anxiety. Remember, identify, challenge, and then replace your negative thoughts. Shift your focus from fear and anxiety to possibility in the future. And the best part is that you can use this technique in your everyday life without having to wait for a therapist or another professional. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this video helpful, and leave your comments below. And please don't forget to hit subscribe.